Cool.
Perfect. So yeah, let's chat about race 2 then. The Yearling Sale. Jeff Lloyd obviously won this race for us when he came back a couple of years ago. But Venici, the Group 1 horse, she's obviously the draw card in this.
She looks the draw card. Venici obviously coming off that win in the Alan Robertson. Good filly, very good filly. Tough draw there though. 14 does really make it tough, and there are some nice young up and comers here who probably wouldn't be out of place in some of the other juvenile features on the card. Obviously taking the opportunity in here instead, given the value of the race. But yeah, for me, there are a couple in here that I thought had a bit of a chance. I thought Native Tongue was pretty good on debut. I know it was at a big price on debut, but just the way Native Tongue was able to run through the line, I thought was really quite nice. Dandolo's been very good as well. We get to see Crimson King, who's just improved every start. So look, it's an interesting little race. Venici's the one to beat, but I definitely think that there are others in there who can definitely upset the favourite.
Yeah, the draw definitely worries me about Venici. I mean, she is high class, and just given how the stakes are, that's why you see her turn up in a race like this.
Yeah, that's.
I personally know the connections of Winter Stories, and they're expecting a massive run from him. This has been his aim all along, so I think he'll be a massive runner. Walls of Dubrovnik, everything went wrong last time, as well with Gavin, so I can see that improving. I know Justin from Mark concluded the deal for the Grijados, and he will be off to Mauritius at some stage. And then also another horse that I gave a chance in this race is Native Tongue, as you touched on already. He wasn't expected to do much on debut, and he burst through late and absolutely rattled them. So on that, looks like the 14 won't be a problem, whereas for a few others, the 14 might be a problem, and that's Venici included for me.
Is it a normal sort of spot for these Group 1 winners to come, or the Grade 1 winners to come here after Scottsville? I guess it's a different pattern this year overall, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a sales race, and sometimes you don't get the Group 1 horses out that sale. Personally, from what I can remember, she's the only Group 1 horse that I can remember that goes into this race. Personally, there's been a couple of horses that have placed in the Alan Robinson and the Colts version. The name just slipped my mind. But they've placed in there and then come here, obviously, for the stakes because they did qualify. So, as I said, it's probably not a natural spot for her. And in my opinion, if they did think she was going to stay, they'd be looking at the Group 1 on Gold Cup Day, which is now at the end of August. So yeah, the staying is a question mark, and it makes it, because she's not certain to stay, it makes her a hard ride from the draw. Because you're either going to use her and potentially not get home, or you're going to sit in the back and not get a run. So yeah, it's a tough spot for her, in my opinion. I mean, she is high class, but it's a tough spot for her, and it's the first time she'll be at Greyville too.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you come from Scottsville last time out. Obviously, very different a track and a different, different going around a bend and having to be in a different position on the track, and it's just the race unfolds differently as well.
Yeah, definitely, especially around the bend. I mean, she hasn't been around the bend other than in a barrier trial at Greyville, but a barrier trial and a race are two very different things. So it's a lot of question marks for her. I mean, if she does win this, she's very, very good. In my opinion, she might not be racing against hot group horses, but they are unexposed types, so there could be something in the mist.